slide over, that hammer's gonna grab it, and then it's gonna pull that door over. For you folks over here, same as they saw. They got the selector bar in there, split odd to even, A for all. Gonna go ahead and select my door, clutch my selector, and roll the hammer. You guys notice the red stripe in the doorway there? So if all these cells on the tier are open, just standing here like this with just one eye down, I can see every single door that's open. That red stripe sticks out big time. Anything that breaks the monotony and routine of the prison is considered a plus if you're an inmate. You have to keep in mind that the punishment here was routine. I know a lot of times we think of prison as, you know, pretty brutal and cutthroat, and for the most part it is, but it's not on a daily basis. At least it wasn't on Alcatraz. On Alcatraz, it was a year of continuous monotony, day in and day out. One inmate said it was the exquisite crushing repetition of routine. I thought that was a really poetic way of describing that. And it was capped with outbursts of violence. Little things here and there. So there weren't murders every day, but the threat, the idea that it could happen was definitely present. And as I said, anything that changes your routine is exactly that. It's a change in your routine. It's something different. Who went over to A Block tonight? Who went up and saw that farthest caged up A Block tonight? So did you guys get a chance to see the big plexiglass that was in the corner that had some artifacts that they dug up out of the sewer? Well, for those of you that didn't see it, we have a section of the prison that's basically kept as it was during the military era. But in there, they have a plexiglass case that has a bunch of artifacts that they dug out of the sewer down there. And it's not just military prison artifacts, but it's also from the federal prison. And amongst them, they found eyeglasses and teeth. Not single teeth, whole dentures. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why would you throw your teeth down the toilet? Because if you don't have any teeth, you can't eat your food. You can't eat your food, well, then you can't eat your food. You need to go get more teeth. You have to go see the dentist. You get to leave your cell. It's a change in routine. The same thing can be said for the red stripe. I'm an inmate. I've just been brought back from a meal, stepping back into my cell. He's gonna close that door. You know, if I stick my hand right here, it's gonna break my fingers, but I get to go to the infirmary. It sounds funny, but think about how your life is going on a daily routine to think, hey, vacation, change of pace. It's some pretty serious stuff right there. Let's go ahead and close this up here. And again, no super excessive force is really needed to roll the doors because these were things that needed to be maintained. So if you were a guard and you were just slamming them for the sake of slamming them, somebody might mention something to you, hey, why don't you take it easy there, we have to retrain you. Now, when you're rolling the whole tier, I personally found that you don't need to slam the doors. They slam themselves. So if I'm opening a whole tier, it'll just kind of simulate what we kind of think the call would have been. So for the interest of this, we'll pretend that I'm just opening this tier. Folks that are over here, actually, if you guys want to slide down a bit, actually, if you want, you can keep going all the way down to the middle where that cutoff is. Give everybody a chance to see the doors roll there. Come on over, folks that are around the corner there. I don't want you to miss anything here. Before we go any further and I roll these, I don't like to draw too much attention to the Hollywood aspect of Alcatraz because while they did film some movies here and while there are parts of Alcatraz that are used in entertainment, it kind of feels like it takes away from the purpose and the lessons that should be learned here a little. You guys all had fun tonight, right? Isn't that a weird place to have fun? Why do you think that is? What is it about Alcatraz that makes it not hard to be here? I think the lack of inmates. Anybody want to go to San Quentin real quick? They have tours available. Seriously, we can go. It's a different experience though, isn't it? Seeing somebody behind a bar serving their sentence versus hearing a story that happened 60 years ago is vastly different. Before I roll these doors well, I'll do them a couple times, but before I roll them for the final times tonight, I want to leave a question in your mind. And we here feel that it's important to talk about because, well, what better place to talk about modern prison than Alcatraz? And the one question that I want to leave in your head tonight is this. This prison was opened as a federal maximum security facility in 1933, meant to house the worst of the worst. Prohibition, Great Depression, these things created the dynasties and the empires of Al Capone and men like him. In 1933, the United States experienced the worst crime wave in its history.